We're back again today with Dave, our expert from Maitz Home Services. Welcome again.
Well, thank you, Amy.
Now we're in a basement, which is always fun, and we're going to talk about geothermal systems today. So please explain kind of what a geothermal system is for a lot of people that don't know.
Well, a geothermal system is simply something that is going to take the exchange of temperature between the Earth's temperature, which is constant, and that in your home, which is variable. So a homeowner might want to have heat added or heat taken away from their air. A geothermal system will take that and move it out into the earth and exchange it with the Earth's temperature. Say
it's wintertime. Is it going to take the heat from the earth and use that to warm the house?
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
That's what it does. The Earth is at a constant 50 to 55 degrees. And you know, especially in the wintertime, you get variations of temperature all the way down to sub-zero. So even though there's still heat in air at 0 degrees, there's just less heat in the air. An air source heat pump, for instance, is going to be a lot less efficient in the wintertime. So on a geothermal system, you're taking that constant temperature, 50, 55 degrees, and you're pulling the heat out of that temperature, out of the earth.
Right.
You're moving it through a solution, through some pumps, and the pumps are going to be run through a heat exchanger. And then in turn, it's going to be compressed with a compressor and then blown out through the house and, with a fan.
I'm thinking the opposite's going to happen in the summer, where the cold air, the hot air is going to be removed from the house and placed, like, put back into the earth, so that the house will be cooler.
Exactly. On a heat pump, it just reverses that cycle.
Okay.
There's a couple different components in a heat pump that differentiate it from an air conditioner. But one of them is a reversing valve, and that's going to exchange or reverse that cycle. So it's going to pull the hot, humid air that's in your home, run it across the coil, take it in a compressor. It's going to move the refrigerant and exchange that out into the earth, and it's going to extract that heat into the earth.
That is so impressive, and it seems like it's also going to, in a way, be, is this more economical to do that? Is it going to help with people's bills, you know, their monthly bills, in terms of now that they have kind of this unit doing two jobs and more efficiently?
Well, yeah, actually, and there's different ratings that you can utilize, but the common one is coefficient of performance. It's called COP. And on a heat pump, you're talking about a 3 to 4 COP, and I'll tell you what a COP is.
Okay.
Coefficient of performance is a measure of the amount of kilowatts that you use and the amount of kilowatts that you extract. So,
which I think we've seen sometimes on our bills, on our electric bills or something.
Right.
Something's broken down like that if you go through the lines.
So if you're using 1,000 watts on a unit that has a COP of 3, you're going to get 3 watts of benefit of heat or cooling out of it. So it's 3 times more efficient. In the wintertime, you're going to be making hot water 3 times more efficient than you would, say, a standard hot water heater. And the beauty of these things, in the summertime when you're using air conditioner, you're essentially getting free hot water out of it.
Free is always good.
Yes,
That's
it is.
great. That's
yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, I know that it looks like you're doing some work here, and you're going to take one of these units out.
What we essentially are doing today is we're going to be taking this 40-gallon hot water heater.
Okay.
And we're going to be
one right here.
Yes,
okay.
This one right here, and we're going to be replacing it with an 80-gallon, so we're going to have twice the capacity. You're still heating it at 3 times the efficiency of a standard water heater. So either way, your electric bills are going to drop dramatically.
That is amazing. Now, I've read that there's some types of government incentives sometimes when you do things like this to your home. Do these products have those type of incentives?
Oh, absolutely. Geothermal is really being pushed on the federal level. There's some stimulus money available.
Okay.
1/3 of the installed cost. There's no cap on it. On most systems, there's a cap of 1,500 hours. On geothermal, there's no cap.
Thanks, Dave. This has been a lot of information that we can use. I think we should get out of the way so that they can come in here and start working on it.
Okay, you're welcome. So Amy, this is the 80-gallon water heater tank we were talking about.
Okay, great. Now, what is this little gadget up here?
Well, that's a flood stop valve. We're going to put the water heater in a pan.
Okay.
All right, so if there's any leaks that occur down in the future, it's going to be contained to that pan, and we'll put a sensor inside that pan. Then the sensor is going to be hooked up to this controller,
Okay.
which is going to be wired into this valve. So if it senses any water down there, it's going to automatically shut off the valve, and it's going to prevent any costly damage from any leaks that could be in, say, a finished basement.
Okay, so but it could be leaking if it was to leak from the unit, or if there was water to come into the basement from outdoors.
Well, it won't take care of that, but
Okay.
actually you can take sensors, you can put sensors all around the house and control anything you want.
Okay, but this one controls this unit to make sure that there's no, it's like a foolproof solution or something in case something were to happen.
Exactly, and you can get valves for wash machine valves to shut off a wash machine. If you had any leaks in the appliances or hoses or anything like that, they're really a handy thing. And that's actually the #1 insurance claim out there is from burst hoses going to wash machines or water heaters that are leaking and damage things. So this here will automatically shut it off, and you can go on your vacation and not have to worry about it.
Now for our special segment, Maitz Green Tip of the Day. Well, what do you have here, Ken?
Well, Amy, I have Maitz Green Tip of the Day.
Great.
Every water heater manufacturer recommends that you flush the bottom of your water heater from sediment once a year. So we have our brass drain valve here, and we'll attach our hose, which is going outside. And what we'll do is we'll attach this to our drain and open up the valve on the bottom and flush about 5 gallons of water out of the bottom.
Okay, out of the bottom of your heater.
Out of the bottom of the water heater, taking all the sediment out.
This should be done once a year.
Once a year,
Flush out the
all the sediment that sits on the bottom of the water heater. It'll make your water heater work more efficiently, heat up the water properly.
Thank you. Again, another great tip. Maitz Green Tip of the Day.